What's going on, everybody? You are not tuned into another episode of Everyday Heroes, and we got Real Name Wynton, JB Written, and we got King L on the show. You know what I'm saying? John J couldn't make it tonight. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. But before we get into anything, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the show. Go ahead and cop your t-shirts, Grape 8 Media Entertainment.
Great
We out.
babe.
All right. So with that being said, how y'all doing this week? How you doing this week, JB?
Man, I'm a little jealous you got that shirt on, man. I ain't gonna hold you, man. I gotta get mine. I gotta cop mine real soon, man. Looking good over there too.
Hey
So, but I'm
man.
doing good, man. I'm doing good. Good Super Bowl. We're gonna get into that though.
Okay. And what about you, King Gil? How you doing this week? How was your week?
Hashtag blessed. I'm just happy to be here one more again amongst the brothers.
All right.
Yes.
So that's what's up. And me, I just been chilling, doing my thing. Finally got settled in my new house. I'm happy. Life is good. Money's good. Job is good. Everything else is good. Can't complain right now.
Hmm.
Got t-shirts in this league, baby. Cop your
Hmm.
shirts. You know, get your merch. All right. Get
Bow,
your
bow, bow,
pants, all
bow.
that
I don't have the button.
All right, so we're gonna talk about something, and you know what I'm saying? It's a conspiracy show. It's gonna be a part of our conspiracy series. It's a pilot show. It's our first time doing it. And keep in mind, it's just conspiracies. There's no disrespect to anybody or anything. It's just thoughts that are put out there that we want to discuss, and we're gonna just discuss whether we agree with it or not. All right. So with that being said, I'm gonna hand it off to JB and see what he has to say about the conspiracy on Kobe's death that happened recently.
all right. So yeah, like my boy went and said. First, I am not thrilled to be breaking down some of the conspiracy theories floating on the internet, floating around that I've heard. So about Kobe Bryant because I'm a huge fan of Kobe Bryant. We did a Kobe Bryant appreciation show that I really
Yeah.
love, and like we all said, man, Kobe Bryant is one of the, top NBA players. But all right, this is the conspiracy show. So, but there are some theories floating around that I have heard. And the first one that I heard was the sacrifice of LeBron James. All right, the sacrifice of LeBron James. I think the last
Right.
tweet that Kobe put.
For LeBron James, not of
Yeah,
him.
four. Okay,
Yeah.
for LeBron James. Thank you for correcting me, sir. So for LeBron James, I think the last tweet he said, the last person he said was thanks for passing my legacy or thanks for passing it on, keep passing it down. And it just sounds fishy if you read it in a Illuminati type of way. If you read it saying or a conspiracy type of way, you thanks for passing my legacy down or passing my scoring championship and keep passing it down to the younger generation. So yeah, the Illuminati is a part of this LeBron James conspiracy. I'm not saying, and when I say Illuminati, I'm not saying they are a part of it, but I'm saying in the conspiracy it says they are a part of it. Okay, Kobe and his legacy, which is his daughter, that's the legacy, said they had to go. Okay, that was the first conspiracy that I got. So his legacy being his daughter and him had to go. Okay, usually it happens around the Grammys or Oscars. Okay, now Illuminati is I think they sit around a table and predict the future on who would make that sacrifice. And this year it had to be Kobe. I'm not saying every person is a part of the Illuminati, but some people who died around the Grammys and Oscars that I feel like the Illuminati chose. One, Nipsey Hussle died in March 31st, 2019, just last year. Another person, just throwing names out there, Whitney Houston, February 11th, around the Grammys and Oscars 2012. Her daughter, I think she died like the next year, January 31st. In that next year. Like I said, I don't think Kobe was a part of the Illuminati. I don't know if these people are part of the Illuminati. But I do know, okay, I do know that Kobe is in some type of cult, some type of secret society, or something. Like Jay-Z may be part of it, like Beyonce may be part of it, and like Shaq claims to be part of the Freemason. He says it's openly in plain sight. He wears the ring,
Yes,
okay,
that's
and
right.
he's proud, and he said he's proud to be, okay. All
Not even
right, mate.
he's Illuminati, but go ahead.
All right, I don't know. I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying none of them people are.
Okay.
But it's been some conspiracies that Jay-Z, Beyonce, and them people are part of it. Okay.
Correct.
All right. Maybe a lot of celebrities are. Okay. I be seeing a lot of celebrities throwing up the little 666 over their eyes. And some people they be like, oh, that's a blood. A blood symbol and a 666 symbol is totally different, but we're not gonna get into the gang thing. All right,
Okay,
whatever.
that symbol he just threw up, I have no association with that. Just let you guys know.
I throw it up. I didn't mean to throw it up. Okay, I was just trying to show an example.
Hey,
All
y'all
right, I
see
didn't mean to. I don't got no affiliations with it. Okay, I'm just throwing up hands here. All right. Now let me finish. Now, all right. So something about I don't think it's easy as 1, 2, 3 is selling their soul to be rich or famous. Okay, I think it's something that they're doing in a process that they're not saying. Now I know John Jay said last week about 2012, there was a tweet that Kobe is going to die in a helicopter crash. There was also in 2016 a cartoon,
17.
17.
17.
Okay, well, some around that year, cartoons called The Ledge of Chamber Heights or something like that
Yep, yep.
about the reports about him in that car crash, and Shaq was in that cartoon too.
Helicopter.
Yeah, Shaq had a helicopter crash, but yeah, Shaq was in that cartoon too. Also, there were some news reports that I think BBC said himself. BBC said that Kobe was going to die in a helicopter crash and that he died by himself. And TMZ also reported early that Kobe was going to die with 3 others. All right, but that's my time. So damn, that time go by fast, man. I ain't gonna lie. That time go by fast.
All right, so turn it off and so that's a good input that you have there. And I definitely see the correlation between that. I'm not 100% sure if you know, it's so soon right now. I'm not
Yeah,
100% sure if I could really tie it into that, but
it's soon.
it is
It's soon.
strange. It is strange if I didn't see that tweet part, but it is strange that if you did have that tweet,
Mm-hmm.
and if what happened like what is 7 years, 8 years later, it's kind of crazy.
It is.
And then the cartoon stuff. I mean, the people, cartoons. I'll just say this: they throw out things out there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's what cartoons are for. There's rumors that cartoons could be tied to, you know, conspiracies with people's deaths and
Mm-hmm.
predicting presidencies such as Trump and stuff like that.
Yep.
So it's just
It's
one of those things where we watch
uh,
these cartoons, but how far fetched can these cartoons be from the truth? A lot of these cartoons be throwing the truth out there, and that's what the Illuminati is about. They
I'm,
throw the truth in your face, and they tell you what they're gonna do, but we
yeah,
take it as or we take it as for humor. But to get
I'm
into
starting your time now.
go ahead, man. You could have been started. I'm about to get into this.
Go
Uh,
ahead.
so um, one conspiracy that I heard about, and I'm not sure if I agree with this, and I actually don't really like this person. A lot of black people do, but I don't like him. His name is Umar Johnson. Dr. Umar
Yep.
Johnson.
Dr. Umar.
I think he's a foul person, but that's a whole other story for something else. Um, he was throwing out there that he was in a lawsuit with the high tech with a company called High Tech Pharmaceuticals. And in a couple weeks they were supposed to make a settlement or something like that, but Kobe was trying to rush the settlement, but they wouldn't do it. Now the reason why Kobe was trying to sue them, or he was trying to uh, pretty much get his name back because they use the name Black Mamba in their dietary products, and those dietary products or those dietary supplements, they had illegal things in there that the FDA didn't approve of. So,
Mm,
knowing Kobe, he didn't want those kind of products with his name being tied towards that. So it was a pretty big lawsuit too. And High Tech Pharmaceuticals is a really big pharmaceutical company, and they were, making products with his name on it, with the Black Mamba on it. And
mm,
that's tied to that, saying that they could have did some tampering with the helicopter or something like that. So he was trying to hash it out before it went to to trial and everything, but they denied him twice on that request. So I'm not sure what to feel about that or anything. Is it a reach? It could be, but this is what this show is for. It's for us to leave it in y'all hands for something y'all think about. And do I necessarily think that that's was the case? Part of me says it could be because with conspiracies, I always have to leave that 10% or 20% in there that it could have been that. But for the most part, I don't feel like it is. But I wouldn't doubt it if it is.
Mm.
Ah,
All right. All right, King L.
Um, conspiracies. Uh, First thing I like to say is when you talk about the Illuminati, I don't believe that a lot of these movie stars and actors are in the real Illuminati. I think it's their own made up fake Illuminati that they started just to use for themselves with their money and influence. Because the original Illuminati was actually made in order to enlighten people. It was people who actually had knowledge. They were mathematicians, they were philosophers, they were bankers. There were people who sat down and had some level of intelligence.
Yeah,
So for
but the people who is smart don't mean they're not trying to control other people as well.
well, I understand that, but it wasn't built on those foundations.
Okay, keep going.
So when people say conspiracy and they throw in Illuminati and then they talk about Jay-Z and they talk about all these other people, to me, I think it's their own made up version of the Illuminati. I don't think it's the real Illuminati. Let's be honest, the real Illuminati was built on the same principles as Masonry. So if it's built on the same principles as Masonry, it wasn't built on something that was meant to harm people, but rather meant to help people.
I don't think guns was meant to harm people, but people use it for that.
And I agree, but that's why I said I think it's something that they made up on their own to use it in that manner. I mean, there's no difference in you saying, "Hey, you go out and you say tomorrow, hey, I'm a Mason," but you belong to no lodge, you don't belong to any organization, but you claim it, and
But
someone believes it.
but don't you think it's good Masons and it's bad Masons, just like it's probably good Illuminati and it's bad Illuminati? I'm
I agree, but at the same time, there's certain guidelines you have to follow in order to be in masonry. First off,
yeah, and
and
it depends on that Masonry lodge, probably, right?
yes, but if you practice wrong, evil,
Which probably most people do.
you know, then you will be disbanded. Like you're not a part of it no more. You're on your own. There's no difference if you go to your job and you're a police officer and you decide to do something out of the scope of your duty. You're not covered by the agency anymore. Am I right?
Okay, I'm
It's the same.
following.
It's the same concept in masonry and Illuminati and all that. If you decide to do something that is against the bylaws, you can't sit down and say, "Hey, I'm a part of this." No, he's not a part of this. He's doing his own thing. Now, if
Okay.
people choose to follow, that's on them. That's why I said yes and no on the whole conspiracy thing because I can tell you right now, it's not something that's built for that.
okay, all right. I understand that. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
That's
Uh,
it.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
all right.
All right. So, I understand where you're coming from, King L. I mean that makes a lot of sense. If it was really built off, if they're talking about the Illuminati being a part of the Freemasonry or whatever it is, if Freemasonry was actually built off of just good principles and good morals, um,
If that's a if.
But
well,
that's the thing. It How can it be an if it is?
Because I can sit here and say I'm building a club off of good principles, good morals, but all this time that I got people over here got different morals, as in, well, I see it as in I'm gonna control the world, which is that sound like what's happening. If they sitting around a round table and collecting people deaths, that's a different moral. If they killing people because of they're coming together off of this structure, it's just like the Bible. Yeah, people got killed behind the Bible. The Bible wasn't supposed to be no killing, but if you killing people behind the Bible in Jesus' name, then guess what? That's the moral that you putting behind it. It's slavery off the Bible. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it was meant to be good, but when you seeing people as not people, or you seeing people as animals, which they saw us in slavery, they didn't see nothing wrong with killing us.
Which is understood. I'm not sitting down debating that.
It's their own morals. It's their own rules. But that's that
if,
time on that.
well, it's not their own morals, their own rules. Really, it's like you said. If you sit down and you take it seriously, anything you take seriously, you're going to sit down and do your best to do right by it, right?
Correct.
And
depends on what you define as right.
And if you sit down and you base your morals off of making a good man better, right? So making a good man better. I've already seen you in your actions and said, hey, you know what? You're an outstanding gentleman. I would like you to join me in masonry, for instance. Mm-hmm. And from there, they give you more tools to make you a sharper individual as far as knowledge goes. And outside of, if you're really practicing the way you're supposed to be practicing, masonry, or utilizing the way you're supposed to be utilizing it, you would understand that, yes, have there been wrongdoings? Yes. Slavery, wrong. At that given point in time, the world was jacked up. The world is still jacked up. But at the same time, if you sit down and you utilize it in the way it's supposed to be used, then yes, it's not an evil thing. But if you have people who want to utilize it for that purpose, then yes, of course it's going to be deemed as evil. You can throw a name on anything. I can sit down and say peanut butter kills if you have a peanut butter allergy. But at the same time, was it meant to be evil? No. But if you use it for the principle it's supposed to be used for, I don't think that there's really a conspiracy when it comes to those things. I think people make them up.
I'm just gonna say, go ahead, Wynton, close. Go ahead.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into our closing segment. That was a pretty good insight. Let's go ahead and get into our close. So, let's go ahead and go with JB. So, any final thoughts on this?
Yeah. Now, of course, I still have questions on this routine ride that he always take. In this ride particular, because I probably take about 15 minutes for him to get to the wherever he was going to his kid's performance. In this pilot that probably always take this ride. So I just still have questions. All right. And now, can we see 100%? Of course not. We can't see what makes them, and not everything is a conspiracy. You got a point on that. Not everything is a conspiracy, but there's a there's a difference between like the symbols and all that stuff. Another conspiracy that I got was the distraction on impeachment from Trump. Do I think that's real? I don't think so, but that was just another conspiracy that I got. Another conspiracy that I got was the Chinese investment. I heard he made some type of investment in China that was going to make him rich. Riches, whatever. I don't know, richer than he was going to be in the NBA. And they can't control China. So that was another conspiracy. So that's my closing statements. But it's a lot of conspiracies out there. Like I said, every conspiracy is not true. But that's the conspiracies that I heard.
And I'll just say this, there's a ton of conspiracies out there, and piggybacking off of what you're saying with the China case or whatever he's got going on or whatever he had going on, I don't put it past the higher ups, and what I mean by higher ups is those people up there that we don't know about.
We don't
right?
know.
Um, putting that putting that kind of setting him up on this.
Mm.
I feel like especially when it comes to our people, meaning black people,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they always have a vendetta out for us.
Mm.
Don't want to see us succeed. They don't want to see us, make money. They don't want to see us be be happy. And it's just kind of crazy to me that Kobe Bryant stopped playing basketball 3 years ago.
Mm.
Three
Yeah.
years ago, he didn't even get a chance to really enjoy retirement.
No.
And you can see his rise was going up so fast outside the NBA. It was going up really fast, and for them to take it away from him and his family, that's just messed up. But what's
Mm-hmm.
your last comments, King Lucky? No.
Well, at the end of it all, I mean, I'm just gonna say it was a tragic death of a great person. He
Yes,
was one of the few NBA players that owned up to his mistakes and didn't try to make excuses for them.
I agree.
The part that got to me the most was the fact that his daughter, who was most like him, was a part of that crash. As a parent, you want to always see your children succeed and be better than you in everything
Mm-hmm.
that you do.
Mm-hmm.
So that being said, I mean the whole conspiracy thing. I mean, there might be, there might not be.
So
I
you
just,
don't believe it?
I mean, I can't say that it is true or not true. I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying that. Only thing I'm saying is I get tired of people throwing it to secret organizations when it can just be people just with money and power who
Mm-hmm.
are just backing these evil plans. I mean, it's easy to talk about something you don't know about and say, "Hey, they did it," versus things you do know about and you know that they didn't do it.
I
And I'm gonna leave it at that.
I have to agree with that 100%. And that's why I said in my last comment, like I wouldn't, be surprised, like if there was somebody higher up that we don't know about that could have did it. You know what I'm saying? That could have set him up. You know, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the man is dead, and we ain't gonna get him back. So with that being said, great segment, guys. I think we definitely got our point across, and I think it was definitely a healthy conversation. And I think the
Yes, it
world needs to
was.
hear this kind of stuff, honestly. They need to hear some of these things and open their eyes a little bit, besides what's going on and what they're seeing and reading everywhere. So with that being said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the show. We're gonna go ahead and switch into our